Hey, it's Ashley here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing some Valentine's Day decor ideas. I'm also going to be using my Xtool M1 to do some engraving and laser cutting, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for my first project, I'm just going to take this little DIY wood framed plaque that I got from the Dollar Tree and I'm just going to spray paint it. This color that I'm using is rustic pink and it's one of my favorite shades of pink that Xtool has. Okay, so after that, I just removed the bottom portion here. It's really easy to take this off. You just unscrew it and it pops right out. So I did this part because I felt like the border part was gonna be too high for the laser. So I just took this out so it'd be a little bit flush to the bottom. So the kit that I got came with a rotary attachment and it comes with these risers. So if you're doing larger projects, so like a tumbler or a mug or something like that, you can lift up your machine. So I tried it out like this first, and if you're used to Cricut Design Space, Xtools has a creative space as well, and it works just like Cricut. So if you're using this, the software is about the same, so you can upload images and stuff like that. So I just brought in this image. And now I clicked engrave, so when you're engraving something, it just turns orange. And then you're able to size it up to what you need it to be. So now I took it off of the risers because it was a little bit too high. So now I'm just using the triangular prisms that comes with the machine for when you're laser engraving. And I just used that instead, so it gave it just a little bit more height. So then here I am. I love that this captures an image so you can actually see and then place your items on there. So I just changed this from an open plane to laser flat since I'm not using those risers anymore. And I made sure that I had my right materials selected, and then I made sure it was nice and centered, and I got the machine to start engraving this sign. And as you can see, I also took away the hearts, which was very easy to do as well. Just delete what you don't want on your image. So this is what it looks like when it is starting to engrave. So I was shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, this is looking so good. It looks so good, y'all. It looks good. Okay, so engraving is like a new favorite thing that I will probably be doing on this machine a lot. Now this particular project right here, because of the size of it, it did take about an hour, but it was so worth it because it looks so good. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. And also maybe too, if I played with the settings a little bit more, maybe turn up the speed or something, it might not have taken as long, but it is what it is, and the sign came out good. So this is what it looked like when it was all done, and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks so good. And I was so nervous that it was not gonna work right because I painted over the wood, but it worked perfect. So I then decided to add these little wood hearts that I cut out. Very easy to do. So the hearts that I got rid of, I just duplicated them and I made large ones and small ones, and I'm gonna be adding them on to the sign as well. Super easy, copy paste. And then after that, I placed my basswood plywood that actually came with the kit for like a sample. I started to just add the hearts around the area, using up as much of this sheet of plywood as I could. Okay, so after I was done kind of like placing the hearts around, I realized I didn't auto measure. So you just click auto measure and it measures the thickness of whatever materials you're using. And as you can see, it kind of moved the image a little bit. So I had to move my hearts back and make sure that they were on the piece of wood. Then after that, I hit cut. So when you're cutting something, it turns it purple. And then I let the laser cut my wood. So it took the machine about 5 or 6 minutes to cut these hearts out. And then after that, I just pushed through any of the hearts that didn't already like fall off during the process. And then this is what they look like, nice little wooden hearts. And then I took them outside and I decided to spray paint them as well, and the color that I used is Vintage Blush. So after I was done spray painting, this is what they look like. They were nice and shiny, and then I started to just add these on to the sign. So I made it flow from like the bottom all the way to the top, and I added these using my glue gun, which I probably should have used E6000 because the little strings from the glue was driving me crazy, but I was too lazy to get my E6000, so I just stuck with the hot glue. And this is what the sign looked like after I was finished. I thought it was so cute. Oh my gosh. And I couldn't believe that I made this sign like this, y'all. I love it. 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 So this sign not only gives me like Valentine's Day, but it gives me like a cute little sign to put in a little girl's room or something like that. So I just love how this sign turned out. So the next project that I did is Stupid Cupid. Literally, I used all these, like, I just found these SVG files and brought them in. So I'm gonna do the same thing that I did. I am on the creative space again, moving my image around. So this one was actually a test to make sure that it was gonna work right. And I just engraved Stupid Cupid at the top. Again, auto measuring, making sure that it is on engrave and not cut or score. And then after that, I let the machine, again, engrave this. And this took no time to engrave because it was a little bit smaller. I can't remember the exact time, but I can tell you that it was not an hour. So after it was done engraving, I just cut this out on my miter saw. Now, I could have cut this on the machine, but I just decided to bring it out here and cut it like this. This is what it looked like, super cute. Then I took another dollar store Decor plaque. This one was like a little shadow box, and I removed everything, and then I started to take away the print from the front. If you know, you know. It was so easy. Just take a razor and you remove it that way. And after that, I just took that piece of wood and I glued it to the center, and I put everything back together really, really easy. After I was finished, it was just a really cute sign to hang up somewhere, like if you have built-ins or on a 3-tier tray. Hang it up, whatever you want to do, quick and easy. So the next one that I did was I made another little heart project. So this one, I'm putting the acrylic on top just so I can make sure that my image, which just says Hey Sugar Pie, which is going to be in that center area because I was going to put the acrylic on top. So again, I'm doing that same thing and I am engraving. So I removed the acrylic and then I put this back and I let it engrave the Hey Sugar Pie onto the wood. So this is what it looked like after it was finished. Super cute. And like I said, I was going to be placing the acrylic on top, so that's what I did. Place the acrylic on top. So I did one for the front and the back of this. And then I just cut around the heart so that it could be the same shape of the acrylic heart that I'm going to be using. So once I was finished cutting, I just started to sand smooth the sides. So this is another one that I made, just showing you that I sanded it. Then I just added this to the back of the acrylic with some glue. Well, the front of the acrylic with the glue. And then after that, I just drilled a hole for the front and the back. And now I'm going to be using another dollar store sign. I love to use dollar store signs. And instead of painting the sign in the center, I just flipped it over. Normally I paint it. And so now I'm just going to add the little heart to the center. And flipping it over was fine because the brown matched the Hey Sugar Pie. So then I just took a piece of twine just to hide that little spot and the hole in the front. And I snipped it off, and then I added this to the sign using hot glue once again. And that's all I did for this one. Super simple little sign once again. And also this would make actually a very cute keychain, which I'm probably gonna do with the other one, the other heart I made. So for this next one, again, more hearts for Valentine's Day. I just took my spray paint and I spray painted these two, let them dry. Once they were dry, I engraved love vibes on this one. And then after that, I just took another sign that I've had for a very long time from a DIY a long time ago. And all I did was I glued this to the center once again with my hot glue. You can use hot glue or E6000. And then I just added this to the center of this and popped it right back into the frame. And that is all I did to this. And that's it. That's all I did for this one. So super easy again, just to put this together, to have it as either wall decor or table decor. So as you can see, all of the things that I made today were so easy to do. So if you are thinking about maybe getting an M1 or any of the other products that Xtool sells, these are some things that you can make. So these engraved signs were very easy. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below to let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.